Well, new this morning, recent data from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection shows illegal crossings at the U.S. Mexico border have dropped to a 55-year low. ICE arrests have doubled, and the amount of people in detention is at an all-time high right now. So this is a significant change from about 3 years ago. So what has caused these new numbers? Well, we want to bring in CBS News immigration correspondent Camilo Montoya Gavez, who is live at Eagle Pass this morning and has been following this dramatic change at the border.
So good morning. First of all, you've covered immigration stories at the U.S. Mexico border for some time now, specifically in Texas. So what changes have you seen recently, and how is it different from your previous reporting?
Good morning, guys. That is completely right. The reality on the ground here at the U.S. Mexico border near the Texas border town of Eagle Pass has changed dramatically since the last time we came here. During one of the last trips that we took here to Eagle Pass, we saw hundreds of people cross the Rio Grande illegally, get past the razor wire. In fact, guys, we saw people actually cutting themselves in the process of entering the country illegally. Upwards of 4,000 people were crossing per day in this sector alone of the Texas border under the Biden administration at the peak of the border crisis in December of 2023. That number is now down to about 30 or 32 people per day in the Del Rio sector. That is according to the head of Border Patrol here in this region of the country. So the change has been dramatic and stark, and the Trump administration would, of course, credit its aggressive crackdown on illegal immigration for the dramatic drop in the flows here of migrants crossing illegally. Democrats would, of course, argue that some of these policies are inhumane or harsh, but what border residents here tell us is that they're okay with harsh if it means that it's deterring people from crossing this border illegally.
Now, Camilo, either way you look at these numbers, they are startling. So there are plenty of border towns, though, that are now impacted by the decrease in border crossings. You talk to some people in these towns. So how do they feel about these changes in border policy?
Well, for the most part, the people here in Eagle Pass are welcoming the Trump administration's stricter immigration policies. They say the border is safer now. They believe that there was too much crime, illegality, and chaos under the Biden administration, and you're no longer seeing that. You're not seeing masses of people flood the border here in Eagle Pass. You're seeing crime rates go down, according to local officials. And importantly, we also spoke to the fire chief of Eagle Pass, Manuel Mello. He told us, guys, that under the Biden administration, again, at the peak of the influx of people crossing the border illegally, he was responding to about 3 drownings of migrants in the Rio Grande behind us per day. Now his team is responding to about 1 drowning every 3 months. So again, a seismic change.
Yeah, certainly drastic when it comes to the pull on local resources, and also, I mean, the drownings in the Rio Grande are always tragic, and to hear that number is decreasing is certainly encouraging. Camilo, thank you so much. By the way, if you want to hear more of his reporting, you can head over to CBS Mornings. He'll have much more for you coming up at 7 a.m.